Hi, Roy here, trying out a bit of a new position, basically trying to keep reflections off of my glasses because it looked like the special effect from Time Tunnel in both lenses last time I did a video. So this is Roy Reads Anything, which is a channel about eclectic reading. And with that in mind, I'm just going to talk you through a book haul stroke pickups um, which I just think is interesting because it's extraordinarily mixed. I was looking for a job lot of westerns, and I came across this thing, which does indeed include westerns, but it's got some SF, some men's adventure, some spy stuff, an adaptation. What hasn't it got? So, starting with the westerns, what I was actually looking for, they call him Yellow Hair by Clay Fisher, stirring novel of the men who shaped the history of the West. Hated by the Indians, feared by his own men, George Custer would stop at nothing in his quest for personal glory. That Yellow Hair. Okay, so it's at one point it was sold for 30 pence, and it's a very good condition, originally American paperback. So, Yellow Hair. Also the, is it Pharaoh or Pharaoh? Or Pharaoh? It's that card game, isn't it? The F Kid by Leslie Ernenvine. He dared any man to match his deadly draw. Looks good. I think there might be some more. Oh yeah, that looks pretty westernish. Chase a Tall Shadow. Starbooks. He waged a one-man war on the savage gang of marauders by John L. And this does look great. Claw by W.L. Fieldhouse. He lost his hand in a bloody fight for justice, but he won a reputation as the deadliest gun in the West. Claw. When John Clawson returned from the war to Great Ford, he found his parents dead, victims of a phony Indian raid and their property confiscated by banker Warren T. Jennings. And the rest of the town was under the control of Jennings and his hired guns. So, a blacksmith fitted him with a gleaming steel claw for a hand, and Claw, as he became known, learned all over how to use a revolver and a rifle. So, this is not the only Western book about where the hero has a metal hand, by the way. There's another one, I think it's called Claw with a C. So, yeah, keen to read that. So, I think that's all the westerns. Also got a movie adaptation, The Silver Bears. The thrilling story of outrageously daring speculation on the world's silver markets, set against the exotic background of financial centres in London, Switzerland and Iran. So that was a film with Michael Caine, Sybil Shepherd, Louis Jourdan, David Warner. Can't remember ever seeing it. So, interesting adaptation. In the spy area, what looks like a brand new Corgi Frederick Forsyth novel. Just appears to be unread, even though it's quite old. So, okay, Frederick Forsyth. Say no more. And not in new condition, some of these Pan James Bonds, which I've probably got a lot of these lying around. I do like the artwork, the graphics. The Man with the Golden Gun. Oh, this is a Signet edition of The Spy Who Loved Me, which actually one of my favourite novels. Nothing like the movie. A big chunk of it is first person, written by a woman, and there she is on her scooter, while Bond lights a fag. So, classic Fleming action there, and a Casino Royale as well. Lovely. Okay, then we've got an awful lot of Philip Jose farmers. So somebody somewhere along the line must have dumped a whole load of farmer stuff. Uh, Riverworld and Other Stories, and I think there's another Riverworld series book. Yeah, To Your Scattered Bodies Go. So these, as I remember, are a series where there's like an afterlife, but it's a science fictional afterlife. People die, everybody arrives at the same place, and all sorts of cool characters from history are there. So yeah, Reborn there is Sir Francis Burton, translator of the Arabian Nights, um, and he's teams up with Alice Hargreaves, the real life model for Alice in Wonderland. So the way I remember it, it's a series that sort of starts better than it finishes, but really good. We'll reread those at some point. Lord Tiger, one of many expressions of farmers' fascination with the figure of Tarzan. This isn't a Tarzan book exactly, it's a science fiction story where somebody sets up a scenario as an experiment where somebody's having all the experiences that Tarzan would have to see what happens. Beautiful British edition with a cover by, I'm going to guess it's Richard Clifton Day, but not sure it actually says. No, but yeah, great. Better than the Lord Tiger I've got at the moment. The other log of Phileas Fogg turns around the world in 80 days into is the interstellar drama behind Jules Verne's classic Around the World in 80 Days. I'm not sure I've ever read that one, so that's great. And more farmers. I think that's all the farmer fiction, because it's also got not one but two mint condition Tarzan Alives. Again, lovely British editions. Um, Fascinating book that is a biography of Tarzan as a real person. Which, not only that, connecting Tarzan with all sorts of other fictional characters. So yeah, they're not that easy to find. In fact, if I audit my various editions and sell some, I might get my money back for this whole collection, which also includes Doc Savage, His Apocalyptic Life, a book that is probably the single most influential book on me personally and my way I approach reading both literature and popular literature, because again, it's another biography of a fictional person as if they're real, and it's connecting them with all sorts of characters, but also in a sort of critical way has a theory of how effectively trash culture, the ephemeral pulp novels about Doc Savage, can be viewed in the same way as, say, the works of William Blake, Henry Miller, William Burroughs, etc. So, lovely to have this, the very edition that I bought when I was a teenager, to add to the collection. And finally, I promised men's adventure. There are 4 books about John Eagle. Now, I'm beginning to see a problem of this location. The sun's come up, so I'm disappearing into a blaze of light. But before that happens, John Eagle, Expediter. Lots of men's adventure books. The character name ends in ER. The Executioner, The Destroyer, Nick Carter, Killmaster, lots of others. I think with Expedite, or not ER exactly, but sounds a similar sound. I think with Expediter they were reaching the end of the thesaurus there. New English Library. Muse, the best of the series books. Kind of implies that it will be selected from a longer series. John Eagle has the blood of the Scottish border fighters in his veins. To this has been added a very special education in death-dealing equipment, and the disciplined training of an Apache warrior to make him a unique and deadly kind of modern special agent, the Expediter. So, for some reason, I've got 4 out of the first 5. This one was called Needles of Death. I've also got The Fist of Fatima, Valley of Vultures, and The Laughing Death. So I think these go in the next year's Garb August box. Look forward to seeing what those are all about. See, can I resist trying to get number 2 to fill in the gaps? We'll see. Okay, so that's my haul. This is my experiment with a new filming area, which is obviously a partial success given the fact that I'm dissolving into whiteness. Apart from that, that's been fun. See you all again soon. Have fun. Bye.